It's day 385 is Zohar Pshat, and we're at the new paragraph on Mem Hey Amid Beis. Vayim Lokim Yor, Vayior. We're going back to the beginning of Bereshis. Armi Yitzhak Mikan Da'aka Gush Abich Lan Yitzhak Yitzhak Gush Baruch uprooted these plants, the saplings, the shaslan and replant them. Mash Milsi Vihi, because it says Yihi. Now the Tzutze Zohar sends us back to Lamed Hey Amid Beis, where it says. Rabbi Ami, no, the other Mechava and the Teen Havu. And Abu Mechava were first plants. See, Nathan Matoy Master Eli Spire. But I don't think that the reference is accurate. I think that this is a new issue here. It's I saw in the Sefer Teres Tzvi. He says that he is understood here to be the same language as he Kvod Hashem Elam, he Chazach Hashem Elokeinu. We're talking about something which exists. And it's brought down into we're asking you to continue to exist or to be applied. So we're here to, what the Zohar is telling us here is that Yehi indicates that there was a light, which is Ganus, which is very high, and it's brought down into this world in whatever form it took place. And then obviously, as we'll see in a moment, it was taken back again. So the Yehi means there's an or as a concept, which is then brought down into the world as an object. I don't know if object is the right term, but as an existence, let's call it. Okay, so Kosh Baruch Hu took those, the teals, those saplings which already existed, and shasile, right? Because Matoi already, it says, sorry, there's already in the Tzimtzum, right? So there's already a concept of or, because or has to be the first thing created. So therefore, Kosh Baruch Hu is taking the light, and he's saying that this light, which is a concept, which existed, it's already planted. We're going to replant it and make it appropriate in this world, right? It says an orch existed. Tanan, the word Tanan here is an interesting word. I'm not sure exactly how this because a Mishnah or it means that it repeated itself, but there's interesting Pinchas Zohar and Parshas Pinchas, which is quoted here by Zohar. It says to us Yud min Yud K Vav K is atif or is avid avir. The letter Yud from Yud K Vav K wrapped itself in the or became avir, and he says in parentheses, "Vayna avir that is so machkim." Zionist Nitzutze Zohar here, right? This is the avir there it's Yisrael, and he or it says here Vahi or Vahi or is or can be read Vahi Avir. V'ukmo Morei Sefer Torah. Tem Nisava Kol Davar Nisavo is Havoyos. But I don't know Mori Mori Sefer Torah, some like Sofrim, who said that before all existences came into effect, the existences of those existences came into effect. So this idea of the avir is interesting. I assume we'll come out to it eventually. But the idea here is that the or existed, and then it became an existence. In other words, it became first as a concept, and then became an existence down below. So the Orsh Kvarayot Tanan, I guess maybe Tanan means not like we learned in the Mishnah, means it repeated itself. Mashma Dichsi Vayi or so V'hoya Lo Ksiv Ela Vayi. So another interesting language. Well, it doesn't say V'hoya, right? V'hoya or, but Vayi. But so somehow he learns that means that it became it was a thing which now came into practice or came into actuality out of being conceptual. Of course, Kosh Baruch Hu looked at the generations of Rishayim which are going to come to the world. God is late Tzadikaya, as we know from Chazal, many places the or was or even this created or the lower or had to be put away for the tzaddikim. Or is really a tzaddik. It's a light which is planted for the tzaddik. It's not extant yet. It will become Shelev Simcha, and then eventually those people have usually have Simcha. Vayitmar, it's also stated, but able to keep he or the light should come into existence. Mi ha'ir mi mizrach. I'm not sure what the pasuk was telling us, which you don't know from here, but somehow that Yeshaya, pasuk Yeshaya, sorry, that who aroused from the east. In other words, who created the light. But this references Hakadosh Baruch Hu. I don't know. Maybe Sulam says something which is going to illuminating on this. Let's check. Yes, he does. He says that the word this refers to me here. Me is first of all, he also brings down this avir business, but I don't see how he fits it in here. Jesus already says he shows the light is going to be hidden. He is the alludes to the yud coming into the or and becoming avir. Okay. I don't know. Somehow it alludes to that. But anyway, then he says, because with this yud coming into the light, Abba says, you're the Osios Asvan Eila, the Elokim, me, Abba Zochan, Cable, okay, so he says basically, without getting into all the details, which he gets into, so it's the me, right, which we had back in the beginning of Bracious, the me here, me Mizrach, the Mem Yud, right, we had the me and the me is from higher and the ma is from lower. The me comes and arouses from the east, and that is what actually happens here, that the higher light comes down into lower light, okay? And this brings about the, the Elami of the Elohim, which you had previously in the Zohar, so that's what that's referring to. Okay. My ra'ah, when you see come on. Like we said, Chama over there do shiva, guys. So these are Rishonim, and he hid the or. Rabbi Abba Amar Vayalokim as or kitov, Yalokim as or kitov. Lik knows also. It's good to put it in Nisa. Okay. Now we get back to Vayalokim as or Vishasi Lon. He planted us. Dichsivayi or. My mashma or shakvar haya or shakvar haya or. Okay, this is repeating itself. Obviously, different girsa in the Zohar, but say the same idea. And then there we have a new thing that was all repeated. The or would go from one side of the world to the other. In other words, this is an aura which enhanced vision to such an extent that people could see from one side of the world to the other. So that's good to be making gniza. That the people who are the wicked people in the world should not derive benefit from it, because this type of special powers which the light was endowed with are not going to be good for Rishonim to be able to use, obviously, in some way, which is going to make them more capable of wreaking, for exercising their rishos in the world. Okay, so now we're going to come to Rabbi Shimon's Ve'alokim as Kitov. So we'll it's actually going to this yesterday's parsha, Parshas Balak. Ve'alokim as Kitov the lo yishtakach be'rischa. He didn't. The or should not have anger in it. Ksiv Kitov Ksiv Hasam Parshas Balak Kitov Beinei Hashem Varech Es Yisrael. Right, so he wanted the it's good in the eyes of Kosh Baruch Hu to bless the Am Yisrael. And V'stova the cry at the end of the pasuk says Ochach indicates it's Melkim Ben Or Ben HaKoshech. Kosh Baruch Hu said B'Shon HaKoshech B'Kin Kach Lo Yishtakach Brischa. There will be no anger involved in this or. Afgav the Shita L'Kutzah Brichu Kachada. Even though Kosh Baruch Hu joined together, I guess, night and day. Okay, so I guess we'll have to come back to the end of this moment tomorrow because we're running out of time.